How to cold call using the XLeads Power Dialer inside of Ninja Mode. What is up, guys? Zach in here. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can start getting cold calling and prospecting motivated sellers in Ninja Mode. So XLeads Ninja Mode is our CRM, dialer, text blasting, email blasting software that comes free with every single XLeads account. So when you sign up here for XLeads, right, you get the list pulling software, the free unlimited skip tracing, but you also get a Go high level account, which is free, which is XLeads Ninja Mode. So you have XLeads and you have Ninja Mode. But let's cut all the fluff. Let's get straight inside of Ninja Mode right here so you could start cold calling. So right here, we are inside of XLeads Ninja Mode, and this is basically what the dashboard looks like. And this is really gonna show us exactly kind of what we need to look at first and foremost, right? So it's gonna tell us how many leads we have, the opportunity value of the leads, and probably for cold calling, the most important part is gonna be how many outbound calls we have. It's gonna tell us how many outbound calls we're doing, just as a quick look. If we have any texts from our cold calling, or if we're doing outbound texting, it's gonna be right here. It's gonna say how many calls we have placed, how many leads we have, and how many tags we currently have inside the Power Dialer and our lead source reporting. Now, I'm assuming you really don't know much about XLeads Ninja Mode, so I am gonna kind of do it as a beginner and then kind of go to expert here. But the first part about cold calling is you just go to this little green screen right here and you click that to enable our microphone, and we can start using the dialer, which is really cool. Now, if we're gonna use the auto dialer, right, so we can pull a list of like 500 people and call them back to back to back to back to back, we obviously can't type in, all the phone numbers right here. So what we have to do is import a list inside of XLeads Ninja Mode. So if I go here to XLeads, I go to lead pipes, property leads, and maybe I do a list in Kansas City, Missouri. And all right, let's do it right here. And let's pull like a simple, smallish list, right? Let's do absentee owners that are under 300 grand, single family properties, sounds pretty good here. All right, that's fine. Owner type, let's do individual. They owned it for at least, let's say 5 years. I always like doing that. And then obviously let's do 56% equity. I don't know, trying to make this list as small as possible, right? And we're gonna whittle that down a little more. Again, obviously it's a big list, right? And let's say they owned it for 5 years, okay? And make sure we add trust on there. And this should be a decent list for us to initially be going after. Now, tell us about 9,000, so that's obviously a lot to cold call, but within our limits. All I'm gonna do here is select all these leads, go to my leads, download, standard, lead trace property leads, and then export this data set. Then you're gonna go here to contacts. We're gonna press import contacts, next, and then we're gonna import this data set. Then we just gotta match the fields. Recipient address obviously is the mailing address. So we wanna do property address. So it's actually a Knoxville list, but that's fine. We're gonna do street address to property address. Property city is going to match to city. The state is going to match to state. Postal code is going to match to postal code right here. And then phone one is going to be the phone number. Phone, and then email is going to be email right here. And then contact phone 2 is going to be under additional phones. And then we're going to add another email right here. Awesome. Then we're going to press don't import the rest, go to next, and then we can create a smart list. So this is really important to know for cold calling. But the way XLeads Ninja Mode works, which is pretty important to know, but it works like a magic sticky note. And basically what I mean by this is if I have this list of, let's say 500 probates, right? And I tag it under the dialer tag, it's gonna be sent to be called in the queue. If I give it the SMS blasting tag, it's gonna be set to be blasted on SMS. So this list right here, I want to put it in the Power Dialer, right? The auto dialer. Pretty much what this means is you add it in, and it's gonna call from the first in the queue all the way to the last, depending on how many leads you got in there. It's gonna call the first one, you complete it, then it goes to the next one, and then back to back to back. It's basically a single line auto dialer. So what I'm gonna do here is just add a tag to the contacts. And again, we're not getting a whole automations tutorial today, but what you need to know about how to use the Power Dialer is you just press Power Dialer, boom, right there. Make sure everything's matched up, press I confirm, and then start the bulk import. And what it's gonna do is import it right here into contacts. Now, before we can actually get calling, we need a phone number. So what we gotta do here to buy a phone number is obviously we gotta put our credit card in here. This does cost money. It's not free, but it's pretty dang cheap. I mean, on average, it's gonna cost you anywhere between 25 to 60 bucks a month if you use a lot of calling. Again, it could be even cheaper if you don't use it. It's kind of on pay as you use basis. But you're just gonna go down here, the phone numbers, and we're gonna go buy a phone number. So we're gonna press add phone number, add phone numbers, then we're gonna choose a phone number. So if I'm wholesaling and I wanna get something in the 561 area code, I'm gonna press match to first part of the number, and then I'm gonna do 561 and apply, and all the 561 phone numbers, and it's gonna actually show the cities too. You're gonna add that, you're gonna buy it for $1.26 per month. Now, the thing is when you're cold calling, right, some of these numbers do come up as spam, and there's nothing we can do once it's spam. Sometimes you buy it and it's already spam. So what Go High Level does is when you release a phone number, it actually puts it in a cooling off period so it unspams itself, and then you rebuy it. And so if this phone number pops up spam, delete the number and then buy a new one. And it really won't cost you any more money. You're gonna press proceed to buy and then buy the phone number. Now again, if a phone number like this ends up not being good, you can press delete number and just get a new one. Now it's important here to understand that the callbacks, how you're gonna handle when someone calls you back when you're cold calling. Well, for this phone number right here, which unfortunately is blurred because of YouTube, we're gonna go to the additional dots here and we're gonna press edit configuration. And we can configure this phone number to forward to my number. We can also add call recording if we want and voicemails, which is really cool. But now we have a phone number, we could start calling. Now roughly the dialer is about $1 per hour of calling, but that's about how connected calls. So if the call's not connected, it's not gonna charge you. So that's why if you're calling 25 hours a week, you're probably gonna be charged 10, 12 bucks at most, which makes it like a $40 a month dialer, which is insane. So if I wanna start calling, obviously I'm not gonna call within contacts. I mean, the cool part is, we gotta blur this editors, thank you. If I press this contact right here, it'll pop up the CRM section. If I just wanna call this lead inside the CRM, I just press the little dial and it's gonna start dialing the person, which is really nice. Please blur this out. And it'll start, obviously I don't wanna get a cold call right now, but the property information is gonna be right here. But if I wanna start cold calling using the auto dialer, I'm just gonna go to conversations. This is gonna be all the texts. And then we're gonna go to manual actions. This right here is already the queue. So these are queues back from January because I keep doing examples like this, but it's gonna start from the top all the way to the bottom. And you can actually change assignee. So if you have multiple people in the company, you can change it here. But what you're gonna do is just press let's start, and it's gonna start the auto dialer. So it starts from the top and it's gonna start calling, and let's see who we talk to. Blow this out, please. Street address is right here, so I know the address, see if anyone pops up.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
I'm gonna press end, and what happens is we get 4 choices right here that pop up for us. It's gonna give us a choice of no answer, busy, voicemail, or completed. So voicemail, we drop the voicemail, busy, the line is busy, no answer, then answer, and completed. Now the way I like using the auto dialer is the way XLeads Ninja Mode is set up. If you press no answer, it's automatically gonna drop a text to that person, basically following up with them and seeing if they're looking to sell. Now, obviously texting does cost money. We gotta get A2P. This is not the video for it. But the main advantage for this is if I call 1,000 leads, I only have to text the people that don't answer. So if I call 1,000, only 200 pick up, that means I could text 800 and I get more marketing done than by just randomly calling. This is why this is better than any other dialer out here. Now, if you don't want to text them and it's a completed call, you can press completed and go from there. Let's say, for example, this was a completed call and they wanted to sell. So what I do here is first, I'm going to pause the lead so we don't go to the next one. And I'm actually going to say in the notes that wants to sell now ASAP, and he told him to call him back tomorrow, right? So we're gonna save this lead on the notes, and we're gonna actually put it in our opportunity section. So we're gonna scroll down here and go to opportunities, and we're gonna add it as an opportunity. So we're gonna say this person wants to sell, put them in the wholesaling pipeline under wants to sell, and they're gonna be added in there right there from the CRM. Now the cool part about that, right when we hit completed or we hit no answer, it's already gonna take it off the queue for calling. So now if we go to opportunities, right, and I look at my pipeline of wholesaling leads, that person's already gonna pop up on wants to sell with their address and all the information popped up. Now, maybe they said a follow-up, they didn't like our offer. Let's say we have an appointment set, we can go through the whole acquisition section right here. But this is where we could start. Now, hey, let's go back to the dialing. So I press next lead, and we're gonna start dialing again.
The subscriber you have dialed is not in.
So that was a wrong number right there. So I'm gonna press no answer, and you can make a note here that it was the wrong number too. Let's go to the next lead, and it's just gonna go back to back to back to back, so you get through all the calling. So I think you guys understand that part. Now, if you wanna drop a voicemail on this lead, right, you can actually go to automations and create any type of automation you want. Now, the type of voicemail drops we like to use in XLeads Ninja Mode, let's pause that, is gonna be the ROS Triple Tap system, which a lot of our users use. But pretty much what this is once you tag a property ROS Blaster, what it's gonna do is send an offer email to the seller. It's gonna send an offer text. And then if they don't answer the text or the email, then we're gonna be set to calling. Because I'll be honest with you, it's fun, but you wanna do as least amount of cold calling as you need to, right? What you do is you get 1,000, right? You're gonna text 1,000 first. Now you only have 750 that didn't answer. Now you only have to cold call 750 people versus 1,000 people. That's kind of the gist here. Now it goes to cold call. After the call, it's gonna drop a voicemail right here. Now, obviously you can add your own MP3. You can even use mine, which I have in here. Sounds like this.
Zach, just checking in on your cash offer I just sent you. If you can please give me a call back at your earliest convenience, I'd really appreciate it. Again, this is Zach. Please give me a call. I got a cash offer your house. I need to get it done. I need to buy some houses right now. Please give me a call back. Thank you.
Now, the reason why that's so good is I kind of put an inflection in my voice there. Obviously, you guys are more than happy if you have XLeads, right, to use that MP3 of me. But pretty much what it is saying, get a cash offer on your house. So the reason is it's like, oh, wow, like AI doesn't make mistakes like that, but a human does. And so they know it's a human, not AI. So that's pretty much how you get started cold calling inside of XLeads Ninja Mode. No A2P, no problem. Just buy a phone number, start calling, and start getting deals. It's not that difficult. Guys, if you want more Ninja Mode questions or tutorials, please do me a favor and subscribe to this YouTube channel. We drop new XLeads content on every single week, and I go live every single Saturday at 10 a.m. on this channel to deliver as much XLeads support as I possibly can to help you become the best wholesaler possible using the ultimate wholesaling software, XLeads. Guys, if you got any value from this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach signing out. Have a blessed one.